Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Coast. So today what we're going to be doing is a bit of animal work. Now this day is actually going to probably be spanned over 2 episodes, but there won't be an awful lot done in this particular day with regards to the arable fields. In fact, it is pretty much all livestock work because amazingly the other fields aren't ready yet. I did actually say in the previous episode that field number 10 is ready to harvest and the others should be in the next day, but it turns out that actually because field number 10 was a winter crop, the others were a spring crop, it means that there's nothing else ready at the moment. If I just go on to here, you can see that these are the fields which are growing. 4, 5, 3, 15, 16, field 14 is grass, at least it will be. And they are still in the final growth stage, so hopefully tomorrow it'll be, in game time, these will all be ready, probably all at the same time. So we're going to have quite a job on our hands as soon as they do become ripe. But I don't think it's any bad thing that it's no bad thing that we actually have got a day of rest sort of thing here, because we've got to do the animals anyway. I think if the other fields had been ready, I'd have just gone and done the harvesting, neglecting the animals and then obviously losing animals, and that is then losing money. So having this extra day of being able to do this, I think is pretty good. Now what I've just done is I've been up to the top farm there, I've used the forklift with the bucket, the very big bucket, and I've just dumped a load of manure in the trailer. It is only 18% full, but you'll see in a minute that 18% is plenty. Basically what we're going to be doing with this manure is greenhouse. It's for the greenhouses. We've got the pumpkins growing over in the field next to the main yard up here, and they have totally run out, so we're going to replenish the supply. They do have some water, but not too much. They've got about 30%, I think. So they're not in any danger of running out of water, but they have definitely run out of manure. There are pumpkins still in there, but they won't be hanging about for too long if we don't top up the supply. The snow on the road, I'm not really too worried about it, so yeah, we'll just leave it. Talking about snow, there's been some snow in England. Not much. Usually in England it is just really cold and very little snow to see, which is, yeah, pretty much a summary of the winters you get in England, as I should think most people would agree. Let me just tip this here. We do already have some anyway, so I'm not really too worried about this bringing too much over. So we'll pile it up. There we go. Now the trailer is going to be staying put in this field, or somewhere near here. I suppose we could put it in the barn. If I just reverse it around the corner. It's going to be quite tricky to see, but hopefully it's still going to be possible. I'm going to go for the second bay. If that's going to work, I don't want to hit the barn itself. There we go. Brilliant. We'll go back as far as we can do. I'd guess about there. Well, there is plenty of space. That should do nicely. Good. Okay, drop that off. And then this tractor is going to swap over the attachments from the fork to the bucket just temporarily. I think I did put the bucket in this field anyway. There we go. So that's the pallet tines off, which we're going to need later. Here is the bucket, and let's replenish the supply. So yes, I think we're going to do cows first. We'll go up to the top farm and then we'll give them water, and then as we bring the water bowser back, we'll drop off by this field, top up the greenhouses too, and head over to Little... is it Little Woolhope? No, it's wrong, isn't it? River Rock Farm, yes. So, from what I can remember, it is, I think it's 2 bucket loads. 2 bucket loads of this to each greenhouse, which should be possible. There is no rear weight though, just remembering that. Don't want to put the bucket through the glass, that would be highly embarrassing and very expensive. Okay, there's 1. We'll do 2, and if it does need more than 2, because we do have a good supply here. Okay. Load number 2. And obviously, yeah, there's 2 greenhouses to do here. Spilling. Just scoop that up very quickly. There we go. Okay, next greenhouse. The first load. Oh, autosave. And load number 2. That has actually finished the supply, so we'll have to bring some more down next time. But that won't be today. We do have, I think we've got one more bucket load over at the cow farm. So there isn't really too much anyway in storage, but there should be enough just to be able to maintain the supply, maintain the productivity. So there we go. We should have, like I say, about 30% in the water tanker here. 35%. 68 of the manure, so that is fine. 3 buckets would have filled it. In fact, less than 3. So yes, we need to go back up to the cow farm. I'm just wondering if we should take the feed mixer, which we don't actually own yet, I don't think. It would be a wise idea. We can afford it. That's good. Shame it's so expensive. So yes, I think there isn't really a solution to this. We have to buy it. Unless we could lease it, but then leasing is, for this kind of thing, very expensive. It's something you're going to need on a regular basis. Is it possible to pick up that at the same time? Because I really do need to take both. I need a wall to push it into. Not very realistic, but I really do need to be able to scoop that up. Come on, tree. Come on, tree. I need to pick up the pallet fork tree. Is it actually not possible to pick up the pallet fork in the bucket? That's a shame. Oh, there we go. Almost. Yes, there we go. It's a good way of taking 2 things. So, yes, down to the store, I believe. That's better. It fell out, but this time I managed to get it in properly. And I found a good knack of doing it as well. Just tilt the bucket right down. As soon as it attempts to sort of lift up, then tilt the bucket the other way, and it should fall straight in. As you can see. So yeah, let's go and get the feed mixer, take it up to the top farm, and then we're going to do the mix, which will be the total mix ration, excluding straw, and also the water. And the cows do need grass as well. The grass we can't help them with, I don't think, at this stage, unless I do have grass bale. Maybe. We do have silage bales. So yes, anyway, the total mix ration will be fine, and the water, and then down to the sheep for water and grass as well. We might just have to use the forage wagon and the mower to be able to get the grass. That is a good way of doing it, actually, especially for the sheep, as there is a grass field directly outside the field gate. Although actually there's a grass field over at the cow farm as well, so it should be easy at both. Well, there it is, the expensive Silo King. Let's get it attached to the back of the New Holland. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. I think we'll go back the way we came. It just seems to be the fastest way of doing it. I suppose you could go the other way, but I've always found going right is quicker than going left out this door. I do have autosave enabled, so it is going to keep jumping every now and then. I think it's every 5 minutes. Now I don't know if I've actually put a hay bale over at the cow farm. If I haven't done, it's fine, because all I have to do is go over to the sheep farm when we do it, and then bring a bale back with us. So we might have to just start this job and then leave off, do the sheep, and then come back to it. Either way though, it doesn't really matter. As long as we get them done today, that is fine. The priority is the water anyway, but getting the total mix ration is still quite important to be able to get the high productivity level. Although, it only says that the sheep productivity level is low. It doesn't mention the cows, unless our notifications have gone off the page, which is probably quite a high possibility. So yes, we should probably treat it as low. We can check anyway. I could just go onto the menu, if I dare. No, the productivity of the cows is high. That is quite interesting. Again, I think we'll probably put this to one side. Just thinking about it, we could use the forklift. We do have the pallet fork somewhere. Yes, there we go. So if I fit these to the forklift, we can use them to lift up the silage bales and keep the tractor attached while mixing. Which would obviously be much better, because otherwise it actually does mix anyway, even if there's no tractor to power it, which is highly unrealistic. So I think if we just press B, if it's going to, oh, PTO, yeah. Press B there, get it all mixing up. Nothing in there just yet, but there will be in a second. And jump into here. Oh, it's all backward. I need to invert the controls on here. I don't think, at least at this stage, there isn't anything for the bucket to do, unless we can scoop up some silage. So we'll go straight for the forks, and yeah, pick up probably the 2 silage bales which we have. If we've only got 1 hay bale, then that could be a problem. So I might only put the 1 silage bale in first. Right, so there is the tines. Good. And we'll whiz back through here. Mind the cows. And then there should be 2 together. There they are. Let's hope we can side spike them. Perfect. Right, okay, bale number 1. 4,000 litres of fermented silage. I should have put that down. Good, very good reach. I don't know if it's possible to actually tilt these forks though. No, I don't think it is. In that case, we're going to have to tilt the entire frame and then persuade it to go down. There we go. Right, so that is now mixing that up, which is good. I think I'm going to have to just go off screen and check how many bales we actually own. It's our lucky day. We have 3 large hay bales, which means that one of them can be given to the sheep and the other 2 can be brought up to this farm. So I can now put 2 of these in. It's probably a strange way of picking these bales up, but I'm just making do with what we've got. It works, so there's no real reason not to do it. And spiking it doesn't matter because we're removing the wrap anyway. Right, okay, get close enough. Lower it down, and there we go. So that is, for the time being, the bale's done. Except for the 2 hay bales which should be put in later, unless we only do 1. It technically should be more hay than silage, but let's just see. 50% perfect then. That should do very well. So I'm not really worried. I think that's going to be good. So let me just drop this off. Detach the PTO shaft. We need to do the water. I agree I'm doing it in a fairly strange order, but it's just the way which we're going to have to do it in, as different things are in different farms, such as the hay bales. They're not here, so we have to get them later. There's no point driving over there now just to go and get a hay bale, because we're going to go over there anyway, so we'll just do it in the right order, I think. Okay, so that's the water. We're going to have to refill. There isn't enough in here. I've just washed this tractor as well, because I know that a lot of people were getting a bit upset about how dirty it was, so hopefully that is going to go down pretty well. Pressure washer is just in the gateway there. And I have lost my water refill point. I have found the water refill point, it's just around the corner. I should probably keep that bucket fairly low. So yeah, it's going to cost money because it's straight from the pump, but it's so much easier than going to a river or the sea. We really shouldn't go for the sea though, just because it's all salty, and we should not give animals salty water. Okay then cows, here you go. You're desperate for this, so here it is. Where's your water trough? Somewhere in the field, I would say. Open this gate. And they should take quite a bit, as we have... How many cows do we have? That is a good question. Oh, we have 6 cows. In that case, no, they're not going to take that much, but they will take more than the sheep. Yes, 13%. There you go then cows, enjoy. We're off now to the greenhouses. And we'll be back later with your food. We'll shut the gate. And we must shut their main gates as well for the shed. Otherwise when we get back they likely won't be here. In which case we'll be just feeding nothing. Some pests that come along in the night. Some rodents which will scavenge anything. So yeah, better mind the signpost. There we go. Mountain View Farm. We'll go past, what's it called? Not Yatton Ridge, that's Cobra Park Farm. Oh, I haven't played for a while, you can tell. Hill Ridge, that's right. Hill Ridge Farm. And then finally, the sheep farm. River Rock. Here we are, so these pallet tines have indeed gone for an unnecessary journey over to the cow farm, but they do need to go to River Rock Farm later. I might have to spin around actually. The unload point is probably on the other side. Hopefully. I have done this before. There we go. So we'll fill it up to 100% obviously. We can refill the tanker at River Rock Farm if necessary, which is possibly not going to be... Oh no, wait, that is definitely... Look how much it's taking. In fact, I don't think there's even going to be enough for this one here. There is a refill point here actually, so we could refill here. Now this farm. Although it is going to be close. %. I think we'll be alright. Off we go then. We are off to River Rock Farm. We don't have to do too much down here. It's probably about a 3-minute job actually. Water and a bale. And that pretty much summarises everything. So we should be back at the cow farm in no time, ready to finish off the TMR. It's the super steep hill. I would not want to go down there in a car in the ice. That would be fairly scary. And this is the super steep incline. This tractor doesn't really like this at all. It does struggle. Right. Okay, so just around the corner. And then we're at the farm. You can see our sheep from here. Just over there on the hill, kind of. There they are. Sheep! Now I'm losing my concentration. So I've decided the best thing to do here is to actually leave the bucket, and then we'll take the pallet fork. Well, we don't actually have to take the pallet fork either, but we might as well take something back to the other farm. The refill point is somewhere here. And we actually do have some wool to sell, so we'll sell the wool. Because it's actually en route anyway, so we might as well. We're taking the trailer with us. That's enough water. It's quite a tight yard, this. And there you go, sheep. Your water. Enjoy. It's expensive stuff, nice and fresh. Yes, we've got, well, we have 3 pallets of wool actually. One of them is, I think, pretty much full, if not full. And then we've got half of one, and I think that one over there is about 1% full, so it's barely even worth taking. But I suppose we should take it if there's space. If there isn't space, then I won't bother, because it's probably worth about £2. And there is the pallet fork. And there is the bucket. And there is an autosave. So we're driving the end of this barn. There should be, like I say, 3 bales to go to. There they are. They're not even strapped on. At least the back one isn't. But they are pretty heavy. But this will actually overflow their trough, because the season's mod restricts it to 3 days, but the bale puts it way over. There you go. So it will show as 100%, but actually it's like 200% full or something. There you go, 4,000 litres of either hay pellets, grass, or hay. We've obviously given them the hay. And I think, yeah, they're pretty much done here. And they do need to be cleaned out actually, although they don't have to be. I thought they had the cleanliness mod switched on. Apparently not. Well, in place of the bale, we'll put this pallet on the back of the trailer. And then by the time we've got to the cow farm, the trailer should be pretty much empty. Let's try that again. Come on. There we go, finally. 32%. It's better than nothing. I'll also make sure everything's strapped, otherwise we're going to be losing our load halfway down the road. Good, okay. So we'll put a strap over there, strap over this bale, and that one's already got straps, that's perfect. Okay, let's hitch on and let's go. Let's make some money. Not something I thought we'd be doing today, making money. It is a rare occasion. Oh, you know what? That can go on the pallet fork. I bet it's about 1 or 2% full. It is, it's 2%. Still 47 litres though, I suppose, so you can't really say it's nothing. I hope we can squeeze through here. There we go. Okay, yay, let's go and make some money. Actually, how many bales do we have there? We still have 3. So we had 4. Very good. But yeah, we're going to have to give them certainly 2, possibly 3. We're turning right out of here. And then a right and a right. So very simple directions. Here's a right turn, and then the next turning right. It keeps it so simple. Here we are. Now how did I do it last time? Because it doesn't actually show the... At least it didn't do. There it is. There we go. It's because I had the option switched off. Perfect. And I'll take the straps off just for realism's sake. Somebody else is going to unload it for us, I hope. Yes, they are. The money is rocketing up. Okay, and then the last one on the back there. Brilliant. Straps back on. We have £82,000 again. We're actually not doing too badly for money. Whereas at one point we were in desperate need of money. So I'm hoping I've done everything except for the cleaning of the sheep, because they always need to be cleaned. Yep, the power food would be what we're doing today. So yeah, I think it's going to be a job well done, although a very long-winded job, but it's still going to be worth it. Otherwise, I think if we left them another day, we would have some dead animals on our hands, which would not have been very pleasant. That would have been very nasty and very expensive as well. I have indeed returned the Chrome Primos 5000, I think it was called, which is the pellet production machine. It was leased, so if I'd kept it, we would have been charged today for just having it sat about, which would have been very expensive. But we'll probably get it back again in the future, because it is actually a really good way of making money. It's obviously a different way of making money, and we can actually use the pellets for feed. One thing I would love to do very soon, which I have never done, is to create hay pellets, which is much more expensive to sell. So there should be a potential higher profit there. It's because it takes more work, I think, and more machinery. I actually think the tractor's going to need another wash after all this. It's been very busy today, but you should have seen it before. It was like 100% dirty, if that's even possible. In fact, the bonnet, you couldn't even see any blue. The bonnet was just brown. It was like a brown new Holland tractor. I suppose it could be fashionable, but when you know it is actually blue underneath and the dirt is a layer on top, it isn't very pleasant. So I think we'll keep it on top of the cleaning. It's a wise idea. So, where should we put this trailer? Not in the way. Out there, I would say. Oh, I've been doing a thumbnail, you can tell, because I'm still zoomed in field of view. That's better. Okay, we'll drop off the trailer and we'll also unstrap these bales here. I'm then going to attach to the mixer again so that we can engage the PTO and start mixing. Good, okay, that should all be working. Back into the forklift, where I'm still getting used to the controls. And we'll grab one of these bales. I wonder if you can pick them up the wrong way round, just to make it easier for loading. Probably would just split and burst in real life, but it looks like it is possible in Farming Simulator. Yeah, looks kind of weird, but it should make life easier. Now that is pretty heavy, as you can tell. It's trying to tip forwards. Yes. Not an advisable method. There we go. And the next one I'll try and load off the back. Although it could be tricky. Very tricky. And this time I'll try and load it actually from the back of the mixer as well, because that way it shouldn't get stuck. Right. Let's see how it goes. That was full. I'll put the forklift away, we'll leave it mixing for a little bit. And then hopefully it's going to be a good enough mix to be classed as power food, which in the end will be part of the total mix ration. Just bounce over here. Yep, I would say so. Should be good. I will reverse back in, I think. It's going to be the easiest way instead of trying to turn around in this fairly tight yard. The only problem is I need to make sure it unloads on the correct side. And also I don't know if we have to do it from the inside of the shed or if we have to go into the side part there. Usually I think it would be from the side, but it looks like it's going to work from here. Yeah, it's very good. We'll keep it going until it stops. I would guess it's going to take most of it. And there we go. 4261. Fantastic. So really it is just grass now, which is very easy to do. So they should be extremely productive over the next few episodes. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the mixer under cover. I'll turn it off as well. There we go. Hopefully we don't need to get the bucket for the forklift anytime soon, as this is likely going to block it in. There we go. Good. Well, it's a day's work done. Well, it's a morning's work done actually. We did it fairly quickly. And it's something which shouldn't have to be done now for another 3 days, I think it would be. So, once I've shut all these doors and stuff, we'll call it a morning. Call it a video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.